So in this first one posted to the Paranormal Encounters subreddit, the OP is titled Demons Can Travel to Our Realm Through Our Electricity. So there's a video here. So as you can see, the OP is filming with and what appears to be a flood. As you can see in the power lines there, an overload of electricity going through them. It's definitely a power arc. While not paranormal in any way, definitely scary as something that could turn very dangerous very, very quickly. Glad the OP kept his distance while that occurred and stayed out of the water. The next one. This one posted to the r/nope subreddit. We can see, so it's titled A Different Kind of Death Stairs. So I'll play the video. Let's talk about this one. So as you can see, there's someone barefoot for some reason walking down a bunch of stairs. Why you'd be doing that, given all of those rats, I have no idea. That is just weird and bizarre, I think. Obviously, there's an investor who knows what is going on in this clip, except that it's just bizarre in of itself. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. And on to the next one. If you like this video, give it a like. If you like the channel, give it a subscribe. And if you want to stay notified for future videos, hit that bell. So this next one posted to the r/ghost subreddit is titled Goulard Courthouse Ghosts Overlooking the Hanging Tree. So the OP states, in 2021, the wife and I took a road trip to Goulard, Texas and stopped at the Goulard Courthouse. I was taking some photos of the exterior and hanging tree on the grounds of the courthouse. I shoot raw, unedited photos. When I edited the photos to make them JPEG files, I noticed what looked like faces in the tower of the tower overlooking the hanging tree. Tell me what you see. I do paranormal investigations, but this day we were just sightseeing. So the original OP has posted some photos, as you can see. One of them is the hanging tree, and that's the courthouse. Very nice courthouse. Then there's another one. So I'm guessing this is what the OP is looking at right here. So it looks like this is what the OP is looking at from far away. So maybe a shadow person, something. Maybe there's looks like there's a shadow there. You get in. I'm trying to say it's maybe a shadow of something. Maybe not. Maybe not. We can't really make heads or tails out of that. Yeah. Again, can't really tell much from that. Other than there is a shadow there. This one though is a bit different. You can definitely see a face. Yeah, look, I think you can definitely see full of faces. It looks like he's edited the photo. Look, you can see a face there for sure. Eyes, nose, and a mouth, and eyes, nose, and a mouth on this one as well. I mean, look, look, there's definitely a face there. Again, he's just changed it, I guess, to try and contrast it a bit more. It's definitely a face there. Maybe this is a face. I don't know. But look, it's definitely something there. Definitely some sort of shadow. Would it be for someone in that room? Maybe, who knows? Um, but as I said, the OP was outside when he shot these photos. Let me know what you think down in the comments section, as it is pretty creepy and spooky. And on to the next one. So in this next one, posted to the paranormal Reddit subreddit. Anyone have any thoughts on this video I caught this morning? Caught this on camera early this morning. At first, I was sold it was a reflection until it came soaring from the wall past the camera. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So we will play that for. Whoa, it's pretty creepy that. So we'll play that again. So as you can see, it literally comes from over here, moves past the camera and off screen. Again for you. Could it be a reflection of something? Maybe. Could it be a bug that's highly reflective potentially? But I mean, like, is it dust? Maybe, maybe not. Given the lack of dust flowing past the camera, um, it could, that really could be anything. It's definitely creepy enough that it could be that it could be paranormal or creepy is dust maybe, but who knows? So, someone said could be car headlights. OP said no. Behind the camera is a wall and the window, and it's a room filled with haunted dolls. My husband wants them gone. Stop. So yeah, this isn't a dust or bug or anything typical. Hard to say what it is, but do you have paranormal activity that would make you think it's an I believe so. Yes, those dolls on the back wall are spirited and regularly mess with the lighting. K2, REM pod, etc. My dad's ashes are also up there, so it wouldn't surprise me if it was in fact paranormal activity. I believe it when I see it type of person, and I have no clue what this is, but it definitely has my attention, which is why I figured why not post a video to see what we can find out. As I said, it's creepy and spooky, yes. Paranormal, maybe, maybe not. Could be dust, maybe, maybe not. Let me know what you think down in the comment section, and on to the next one. So in this next footage, we have posted to r/aliens. It's titled "I saw a UFO." So just play the footage. So as we can see, this person is sitting in their, I'm guessing in their yard or at the front of their apartment, and zoomed in on that light. Well, some have said, some speculate maybe it's a drone. Given meetings, I'm, I don't think it's a drone. And the fact that it keeps changing light colors, you can see the brightness of it shines in and out. Granted, to be for whatever reason, it is pretty. It is definitely pretty far out there. Here now, it's literally just sitting there. And it could be a drone, but again, we don't know. I don't think it's a drone. I think it's definitely something. Um, so you see there, it just changes luminosity again, and then suddenly moves away. See into that footage, and let's in the comments. Someone said this is probably a drone in all honesty, but at least this isn't a video when zoomed in to the max. Some people said maybe it's Venus, but that's not Venus. One person said no, looks just like a helicopter. Typically, a helicopter's movement is not as smooth and they shake a little. If that was a spotlight on a chopper, I think it would be lower. So noise could be mechanical fans or motorbikes. OP said there in Vietnam might be a drone, but might be something else. OP said I did not hear a helicopter or any sort of buzzing. The noise is just Saigon. So he said here's another thing. That thing was super fast and appeared out of nowhere and it changed directions before I started filming. It was super bright when it moved and so bright when it was still. I don't know how many character that was, so I'm adding to the thoughts. It was absolutely incredible. Yeah, look, is it a UFO? Maybe, maybe not. Is it a helicopter? Again, maybe, maybe not. Is it a drone? Again, it falls in that maybe or maybe not category. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And on to the next one. This next one comes from the creepy Wikipedia subreddit. It's titled Crybaby Bridge. So it's a picture bridge, and then someone just a creek, a stream west of Lufkin, Texas, has for years been known as Crybaby Creek, supposedly because a woman and a baby died when their auto veered off a wooden bridge and fell into the steep creek. So apparently, what crybaby bridges are where I guess the bridges where you can hear babies crying. It's pretty creepy. Um, Someone goes, you hear all kind of stuff at night in the dark when all the nocturnal animals come out. Also, I have to be scared of a physical threat in order to get the run extra fast down the hallway feeling. Remember in Paranormal Activity 3, there was a bunch of old women, witch coven standing in a field. The camera pans over, scream, and run out of the net and frame. I remember my dad casually commenting, "Get out of there," and start fixing up those old ladies. And since then, I've never been scared of creepy children or women. A supernatural activity cancels it out, but it's also not really scary as it's not real. So, we click on this, and it gives a bit of a more detailed explanation as to what a crybaby bridge is. So, Crybaby Bridge refers to numerous bridges across the United States associated with urban legends and ghost stories involving the sounds of a baby crying. These tales typically involve tragic backstories of things inside, accidents, or other sorrowful events that reportedly occurred or near a bridge. For example, an urban legend stating relating to a baby or young children where the mother threw her baby off the bridge and felt so bad that she killed herself. She now looked for her baby while crying in the river. Sadly, phenomenon is not limited to a specific location, but represents a type of folklore that has become embedded in the cultural fabric of various regions, each adapting the legend to fit local histories or landscapes. So as you can see, it's definitely um, there is a number of places. So in Kentucky, a bridge on Sleepy Hollow Road near the border between Jefferson and Oldham counties in Kentucky was known as a crybaby bridge. Reportedly, mothers would drop their unwanted sick or deformed babies off the bridge to drown in the water, and the crying can still be heard there. The original bridge has been replaced by a newer one made of steel and concrete. Bridge is one of several rumors about locations along Sleepy Hollow Road. And where this picture comes from, Egypt Road in Salem, although the bridge is off of Egypt Road near Salem, Ohio. It is actually on what used to be West Pine Lake roads, which now dead ends to the east of the bridge. Legends attribute the crying baby to one that fell and accidentally drowned. There's also there's a cult in some sort in the woods surrounding the bridge. In 2010, there was a murder of an elderly woman that was found strangled to death and burned just off the bridge. So it looks like it also happens in Maryland and in places in Texas, as you can see. And apparently, there's also a controversy, which is always good. In 1999, Maryland folklorist Jesse Glass presented a case against several crybaby bridges being genuine folklore, contending that they were said folklore that was knowingly being propagated through the internet. According to Glass, nearly identical stories of crybaby bridges in Maryland and Ohio began to appear online in 1999, but they could not be confirmed through local oral history or the media. Among Glass' examples was the story of a bridge located in Westminster, Maryland, which concerned the murder of escaped slaves and African American children. It's located specifically on Rockland Road, just off of Uniontown Road outside of Westminster city limits past Route 31. In the 1800s, the story held unwanted black babies were drowned by being thrown off this bridge. Regional newspapers such as the American Sentinel and the Democratic Advocate, which usually covered racially motivated murders of this period, make no mention of the events described online. However, in their book Weird US, Your Travel Guide to America's Local Legends and Best Kept Secrets, authors Mark Moran and Securman relate the story of a perpetrated Crybaby Bridge on Lots Ford Vista Road between Bowery and Marlboro, asserting that this bridge has many believers out of many skeptics. The text included from their informant makes no mention of escaped slaves, but does repeat a familiar component of such legends and well. So as you can see, this is definitely pretty creepy stuff. Let me know what you think about this sort of thing in the comment section. This last one also comes from the PB Wikipedia subreddit and is about Candance Newmaker, a 10-year-old girl who in the space of a 70-minute therapy session wound up dead. So Candace Elizabeth Newmaker, born Candace Tiara Elmore, was born in November 19th, 1989. On April 10th, 2000, was a child who was killed during a 70-minute attachment therapy session performed by four unlicensed therapists. Perpetrated to treat reactive attachment disorder, the treatment during which Newmaker was suffocated included a rebirthing script. She was wrapped in flannel to represent a womb and told to free herself, while four adults used their hands and feet to push down on Candace's small body, making it impossible for her to move or breathe. This resulted in her death. So Candace was originally born in Lincoln, North Carolina on November 19th, 1989 to a teenage mother and an abusive father. These circumstances influenced the way she grew up. At a young age, she and her young brother Michael and sister Chelsea were removed from the home for neglect and separated by social services. When she was 5, her parents' parental rights were terminated. 2 years later, she was adopted by Jane Elizabeth Newmaker, a single woman and a pediatric nurse practitioner in Durham, North Carolina. Within months of the adoption, Jane, Jane began taking Candace to a psychiatrist, complaining about her behavior and attitude at home. Though Candace was treated with medications, Jane reported that Candace's behavior got worse during the ensuing 2 years, a period supposedly included her playing with matches and also killing goldfish. So as you can see, this poor girl obviously had a very, very bad childhood, unfortunately, due to the separation and what occurred with her parents, her birth parents, I should say. So the attachment therapy and death. So Candace and Jean Newmaker traveled to Evergreen, Colorado in April of 2000 for a $7,000 2-week intensive session of attachment therapy with Connell Watkins, who was without license upon a referral from Wilson Gobble, a licensed psychologist in North Carolina. Candace died during the second week of the intensive sessions with Watkins during what has been called a rebirthing session. Participating in the fatal session as therapists were Watkins and Julie Ponder, also without a license, along with Candace's therapeutic foster parents, Britta St. Clair, Jack Daniel, and Jean Newmaker. Following the script of that day's treatment, Candace was wrapped in a flannel sheet and covered with pillows to simulate a womb or birth canal, and was told to fight her way out of it, with the apparent expectation that the experience would help her attach to her adoptive mother. Four of the adults, weighing a combined total of 673 pounds, used their hands and feet to push on Candace's head, chest, and 70-pound body to resist her attempts to free herself. While she complained, pleaded, and even screamed for help and air, unable to escape from the sheet, Candace stated 11 times during the session that she was dying, to which Ponder responded, "Go ahead, die right now, for real, for real." 20 minutes into the session, Candace had vomited and excreted inside of the sheet. She was nonetheless kept restraining within. 40 minutes into the session, Candace was asked if she wanted to be reborn. She faintly responded no. This would ultimately be her last word. To this, Pond replied, "Quitter, quitter, 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 quit, 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 quit. She's a quitter." Jane Newmaker, who said later she felt rejected by Candace's inability to be reborn, was asked by Watkins to leave the room in order for Candace not to pick up on Jane's sorrow. Soon thereafter, Watkins requested the same of McDaniel and Britta St. Clair, leaving only herself and Ponder in the room with Candace. After talking for 5 minutes, the two unwrapped Candace and found that she was motionless, blue in the fingertips and lips, and not breathing. Upon seeing this, Watkins declared, "Oh, there she is. She's sleeping in her vomit." Whereupon Newmaker, who had been watching on a monitor in another room, rushed into the room, remarked on Candace's color, and began CPR while Watkins called 911. When paramedics arrived 10 minutes later, McDaniel told them that Candace had been left alone for 5 minutes during a rebirthing session and was not breathing. The paramedics surmised that Candace had been unconscious and possibly not breathing for some time. Paramedics were able to restore the girl's pulse, and she was flown by helicopter to a hospital in Denver. However, she was declared brain dead the next day, April 19, as a consequence of asphyxia. The entire fatal session, as well as 10 hours of other sessions from the preceding days, had been videotaped as a matter of course with Watkins' treatment. All the videos were shown at the trial of Watkins and Ponder. So, unfortunately, this poor girl died due to what is essentially stupidity. So, the convictions and aftermath. A year later, Watkins and Ponder were tried and convicted of reckless child abuse, resulting in death, and received 16-year prison sentences. Let's be honest, that's nowhere near enough for what these two morons did. Britta St. Clair and Jack McDaniel, the therapeutic foster parents, pleaded guilty to criminal negligent child abuse and were given 10 years probation. and 1,000 hours of community service in a plea bargain. The adopted mother, Jane Newmaker, a nurse practitioner, pleaded guilty to neglect and abuse charges and was given a 4-year suspended sentence, after which the charges were expunged from her record. An appeal by Watkins against conviction and sentence failed. Watkins was paroled in June 2008 under intense supervision, that is in quotes, with restrictions on contact with children or counseling work, having served approximately 7 years of her 16-year sentence. The case was also the motivation between Candace's law in Colorado and North Carolina, which outlawed dangerous reattachments of the birth experience. The U.S. House of Reps and Senate have separately passed resolutions urging similar actions in other states. So, look, as you can see, this is just plain stupidity, putting a 70-pound, 10-year-old girl through something like that, all because you, or because the foster parent, Jean Newmaker, did not feel attached to her adopted daughter. I'm sorry, but there are better ways to do attachment. This is just a case that is utterly disgusting. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Until next time.